Absolutely. Here's a longer form podcast script, approx 15,000 characters, that maintains the tone, structure, and rules you specified using only the content you provided. What if leadership isn't just about guiding people anymore, but about guiding systems, mindsets, and machines? Today's business landscape is being rewritten, not just by the pace of technological change, but by the fusion of artificial intelligence and leadership itself. We're no longer in a world where AI is simply a tool. It's a co-architect of strategy, decision-making, and transformation. And that changes everything. From how teams operate to how enterprises structure themselves, leaders now face a pivotal moment: evolve or be outpaced. Let's start by looking at the front line of this shift: leadership in AI-augmented teams. It's no longer enough to understand AI's potential. Leaders must develop the capacity to guide teams who are actively working alongside AI systems. These teams don't just need direction. They need coherence between human capability and machine intelligence. And that demands a different kind of a leadership. Agility is the baseline. As AI reshapes workflows and reconfigures collaboration, static leadership styles break. Leaders must be ready to flex, iterate, and respond in real time. Emotional intelligence takes center stage, because navigating the interplay between human intuition and algorithmic output is not just technical, it's deeply human. And accountability? That's changing too. When outcomes are driven by AI systems that contribute, suggest, and even decide, traditional models of responsibility start to fracture. Leaders must redefine accountability frameworks to encompass both human judgment and machine-influenced actions. This calls for more than process change. It demands a mindset shift. The leaders thriving in this environment are cultivating learning cultures, spaces where experimentation is encouraged, where failure is part of the feedback loop, and where adaptation is continuous. They're prioritizing transparent communication so that AI initiatives are not side projects, but central to mission and strategy. And they're investing in upskilling, building AI literacy not just in data teams, but across business functions, so that everyone can engage with AI as a collaborator, not a black box. Which brings us to the next evolution: the shape of the organization itself. We're entering the era of the company of one, not in the freelance solopreneur sense, but as a structural metaphor. AI is enabling enterprises to become leaner, more focused, and more personalized. The idea is simple but powerful: a highly agile organization, empowered by AI and designed from the center out. Meaning, everything starts from a strategic core, often customer-centric insight, and radiates outward into operations, marketing, and innovation. In this model, personalization and agility aren't features, they're foundations. A center-out approach ensures that every decision, every process, every touchpoint is directly linked to real-time data and aligned with customer value. And with AI driving that connection, the organization becomes not just reactive, but proactive. The strategic advantage: focus. In a world of distractions and overload, clarity is currency. The company of one strips away unnecessary complexity, reduces friction, and enhances the speed of innovation. But here's the challenge: most organizations aren't structurally ready for this. That's where enterprise intelligence architecture, or EIA, comes in. EIA isn't a buzzword, it's a blueprint, a structured approach to embedding AI deeply and intelligently into the organization. When done right, it aligns AI capabilities directly with business objectives. ensures that data governance and quality are built in from the ground up and enables scalable innovation. Building an AI-ready organization means more than deploying models or integrating APIs. It requires a coherent data strategy that makes AI sustainable, not just impressive. It means tearing down silos between business and IT and rebuilding them into collaborative ecosystems. And it means embedding continuous learning into the DNA of your teams, so your people evolve as fast as your tech stack does. At this point, leadership can't be siloed either. Spearheading this transformation is a cultural responsibility. Leaders must champion the shift toward AI acceptance and innovation, not just in language, but in structure, investment, and empowerment. They must move from managing risk to managing readiness. Let's switch gears for a moment. From enterprise architecture to how AI is reshaping communication, content, and customer engagement. In marketing, the game is changing fast. AI is no longer just assisting, it's creating. From enhancing social media copy to accelerating video production, AI is opening doors to faster, smarter, and more personalized marketing strategies. Take social content. AI-driven analysis is now identifying the keywords and formats that drive the most engagement. Copy creation is being automated at scale without losing relevance. The result? Marketers can now craft personalized experiences more efficiently than ever, turning insights into action at the speed of trend. But there's a challenge here. Speed without soul can backfire. Marketers must balance the efficiency of AI with the authenticity of human connection. That's where continuous testing, audience segmentation, and ethical storytelling come into play. It's not just about producing more. It's about producing meaningfully, responsibly, and at the right moment. And then there's video. Lightrix has introduced a new AI model that's transforming video production. Editing, a process that once took hours or days, is now streamlined into minutes. The implications for content teams are massive. More output, faster turnaround, and greater strategic flexibility. Marketers can now focus less on technical production and more on the creative and strategic aspects that truly drive impact. But again, the power comes with responsibility. More content doesn't automatically mean better engagement. That's why teams are pairing these tools with smart planning, using AI to free up time, not to flood timelines. Influencer marketing faces a similar crossroads. As AI enters the space, it's offering ways to scale reach and optimize campaigns, but at the risk of eroding authenticity. And that's a risk worth paying attention to. Real influence is about trust, not just metrics. AI can support the process, help identify patterns, optimize delivery, but it cannot replace the human connection that drives real engagement. The smartest brands are using AI to enhance their influencer strategies, not automate them. They're prioritizing creators with genuine audience relationships and aligning AI with creative storytelling, not against it. Now, none of these innovations, whether in leadership, operations, or marketing, can thrive without a firm foundation. And that foundation is data governance. Data governance isn't the back end anymore. It's the keystone of digital transformation. By ensuring consistent, high-quality data, organizations can trust their AI models, make better decisions, and build stronger relationships with their customers. It creates the infrastructure that innovation needs to scale. And with generative AI rising fast, privacy becomes more than a compliance issue. It's a strategic imperative. Balancing the promise of personalization with the protection of data is now core to trust, reputation, and long-term growth. That's why privacy-centric AI strategies are moving to the forefront. Not just in policy, but in practice. Companies are developing frameworks that prioritize consent, security, and transparency. And they're integrating those standards into every layer of the AI lifecycle, from data sourcing to model deployment. Even platforms like SAS are enhancing their AI development and governance capabilities to meet this demand. By strengthening integration tools and compliance protocols, they're enabling businesses to unlock data-driven insight without compromising control. So where does that leave us? In a new era, one where leadership is about designing systems that think, building cultures that learn, and empowering people to work with AI, not around it. Today's challenge isn't adopting AI. It's aligning AI with your vision, values, and velocity. That means redefining what success looks like, not in terms of volume, but in terms of value. Not in isolation, but in integration. The future of leadership is not just human. It's augmented, adaptive, and accountable. So if you're leading a business, shaping strategy, or simply deciding what to build next, ask yourself, are your teams AI literate and empowered? Is your organization architected for agility, not just stability? Are your data practices built for trust, not just compliance? Because in a world where intelligence is both human and artificial, the leaders who win will be the ones who bring them together with clarity, purpose, and bold intent.